so nice. You had to see it twice. Maryland basketball post-game show, instant reaction. You hear me, you feel the excitement. God's favorite host back with another happy recap as Maryland basketball wins its second consecutive road game. And we're feeling like we never felt before, Flex Zone family. Terpsville. Terps are on the rise. Oh, and you got to be feeling good heading into a big-time matchup against Wisconsin Wednesday back in the crib at College Park. But make sure you slam dunk that subscribe button, lay up that like button, block that bell, sign off below in the comment section. How you feeling about the Terps? How you feeling about the Commanders, Eagles, Chiefs, Bills? Who makes it to the Super Bowl? Let me know your thoughts on the game, Maryland, with a big 79-78 victory. And we're feeling good here on the Flex Zone. You know it's a good day when I break out the shirt. I think last time I broke out the shirt was homecoming when they defeated USC during a homecoming miracle. But yes, we are feeling good. Shout out to Dr. Disrespect. And shout out to you for watching this video. Maryland gets a 79-78 victory over Indiana. And it looks like Mike Woodson's days in Indiana are numbered as head coach. But Rodney Rice, so nice. You saw it twice. Oh, we're going to heat up the Rice, baby, because Rice goes with everything, and it goes with the Maryland victory. Maryland defeats Indiana 79-78. Rodney Rice, 23 points. Big ups to Mr. Rice and the Maryland guards along with Jacoby Gillespie. They got it done today. Big shout out to the guards of Maryland. They got it done tonight. And yes, it is indeed awesome. As you see, Rodney Rice with 23 big ones and that big clutch three to give Maryland a win. Man, just think about last year how Maryland was not only on the road, but as a three-point shooting team. This year, they fixed that. Another solid game. He had 14. Kind of wish he got more shots, but he was in a little bit of foul trouble as well. But Julian Reece with 14. Derik Queen only with 7, but 11 rebounds. Selton Miguel giveth, and Selton Miguel taketh away. Shout out to my boy Jeff Erman for saying that on the X. He had 15, and Jacoby Gillespie with 18. Rodney Rice with 23. So those two right there combining for what? 41 points? So that right there, 41 points alone is wonderful for your backcourt. And that is what is going to take you to that next level. We know about the bigs. We know about what they can do on the inside. But in March, when you want to make deep runs in your conference tournament in the Big Ten, we know all the teams they have. In March, being in the NCAA tournament, which I think these 2 wins on the road, will Maryland possibly be ranked coming up this week against Wisconsin? We'll see. We'll see. That'll be an interesting game. We'll have to preview that this week, so stay tuned to that. But you see, the bench only gave him, 2 points? And that was Kapare. We did see a little bit of Geronimo today, even though he didn't play much. We did see him in the game, but Indiana had more of a balanced attack. Reneau 10, Mugabo 16, Balo 14, Rice 16. They got some bench production as well. So you see there, but as I mentioned, Mike Woodson's days may indeed be numbered. You look at the team stats, Maryland 30 of 61, Indiana. It was pretty much a nip and tuck game. 49% to 48%. Maryland shot 50% from 3. 24 threes, but 12 out of 24 is great. That difference in this game, as you saw with the game winner with Rodney Rice. 7 out of 9 from the line, 77%. Winning the rebounding battle, I always like to see that, 35 to 32. 13 offensive rebounds, 22 defensive rebounds, 14 assists, 4 steals, 5 blocks, only 10 turnovers. They gave Indiana only had 7, so kind of want to stay under 10, but not too bad. Outscored in the paint 30 to 40, and they led by as much as 10, and Indiana by as much as 5. You see the 3-point percentage and the turnover battle there as well. And Selton Miguel, he was doing what he needed to do. And Maryland went through a big-time drought, and we were starting to say, oh, here we go again, same old Terps, what's going to happen there? They couldn't score for over 3 minutes. Then they only had 1 bucket in 4 minutes. Maryland grinded this out. Maryland grinded out a big-time win, and I can show some more highlights from the game here. Maryland grinded out a big-time win because we see some of what Gillespie and Rice did here in this highlight package. they were the difference in this game, and it's a big time win for Maryland. I mean, now they improved to 16-5. This win bring up the standings in the Big Ten here. This is a big win for Maryland. This puts them just outside of the top 4. And here, we're going to get to those standings. This is great for Maryland. This puts them in a great position. Puts them in the top 4. As you can see the names on the far right of your screen. They're slowly climbing. Like the song says, slowly climbing. We are climbing. We are climbing Jacob's ladder. They're climbing the Big Ten ladder. See Michigan State, they're in conference 17-2, Purdue 16-5, who Maryland lost to. Like I said, I can take Maryland over Purdue. I can take Maryland over Wisconsin this coming week. I'm going with Maryland over Wisconsin. Spoiler alert, early on prediction. We'll get to a preview of that a little later on before the game on Wednesday. But taking them over Oregon, even though they lost to them, they beat UCLA, they beat Illinois, just beat Indiana today. 6-4 in conference is Maryland, 16-5 overall. So they now get to pretty much 5 wins away from that magic 21 that I predicted they would need, 21-10. That would be a wonderful record if they could. But you can see there, Maryland doing what they need to do on the road, getting 2 straight wins. And I said it, even though I didn't think they would win last week against Indiana earlier in the week, seeing them being able to not only find out the victory against Illinois, where they pretty much dominated them inside the paint, scored over 90 points without shooting a lot of threes. That is something that is fantastic because when you think about it, you get one. I said this could be, if you win one, you just got to get the first one because you become relaxed. You're not as tight. You're not as stressed. You're not thinking about it. It's not in your head as much. The weight of the enormity of the situation isn't on your shoulder, especially as Kevin Willett did today. He outcoached Mike Woodson. So a big shout out to Kevin. Since Damon Evans said, hey, no excuses, no excuses, you see Kevin Willett saying, hey, you like that? Like Kirk Cousins said, watch him work. He's coached his ass off the last 2 games. He has brought an intensity. Whatever he's saying to his players, his team, it is resonating. They are going out and playing hard for him. They are giving 110% effort. Whether they're up and they give up a lead, they're not giving up. Whether they are playing from behind, whether they just want to come out and dominate you like you saw against Illinois. They are winning in a variety of ways. They're starting to play better at the right time, get hot at the right time, come together, and you can see what the potential of this team could indeed be. They have the size, but the guard play of Gillespie, who still has the extra year of eligibility, and Julian Reece this week, breaking news, he has an extra year of eligibility granted by the NCAA if he wants it. And I think that's great because I think not only will that help his potential future of being a professional basketball player, because I think if he stays another year, he will only get that much better and be a potential prospect for the draft. He will get offers from other schools. Now, the problem I think is going to be Maryland keeping him from a school, not giving him another $2 or $3 million to say, hey, come play with us and get more exposure, more money, and more opportunities come draft time. I don't know, but we'll see. We'll let the trips fall the way they may. We know Derik Queen is good as gone. I would love to see him come back. Maybe sprinkle a couple dollars for him with some of that money Mr. Shamwall gave us. But we shall indeed see how that plays out. Maryland with the big time win against Indiana. I mean, goodness, it's great to see them win a game like this. Usually they fold under the pressure. They do something to lose the game. They have a struggle with their offensive efficiency. They score points. They get the win. And they are indeed now 2-0 in their last 2 road games. 79-78. Selton, Miguel, big up to you. Big ups to Selton, Miguel. Big ups to the entire Maryland Terrapins team. Like I said, Kevin Willett, great job. Rice, Gillespie, Reece, Queen. Even though he didn't have his best offensive game, he was hustling and playing with effort on the boards. A lot of teams seem to be now not letting Derik Queen beat them. They're going to let him settle for those jumpers, which I hate to see him do. He was only made like 2 or 3 threes all season. They're going to play off of him, pack the paint, and allow him to shoot all those jump shots. He is a capable shooter, but he's not a consistent shooter. And I think that's where his game needs to elevate. That's why I think another year of seasoning at Maryland wouldn't hurt him playing with Julian Reece, because I think at the NBA level, he's going to have to be a consistent perimeter shooter to be an effective pro. He's going to have to make that 15 and 18 footer consistently and be able to even step out and make a 3 here and there, but especially outside the paint because they're going to pack the paint against you. And in the NBA game, you have the athleticism, you have the passing ability and vision, but you got to be able to shoot consistently as well. So that is where I think Derik Queen can continue to take his game to the next level. And hey, let's see how he progresses throughout the season. He's probably going to continue to work on that shot. And maybe when we get into Big Ten tournament time, when we get into March Madness, the tournament, which I think they have Maryland now, before this game was like a 9 seed, I think they become ranked. I think they should become ranked. I think they need to be one of the 25 best teams in the nation heading into the Wisconsin game. Maybe 25th, Wisconsin 23, 22. Let's do it. And Maryland can be, if they beat Wisconsin, top 20. Now, with that being said, like I said, Derik Queen, Reece, Gillespie, Rodney Rice, you got 4 legit pieces that can all work cohesively to help you win. Kevin Willard is pressing the right buttons. The team is responding. And, man, I'm feeling good about the future and progression of this team. As mentioned, Maryland now, as we look at the schedule, they have a big-time game with Wisconsin, who's number 18, number 18. So Wisconsin, and then going back on the road to Ohio State, we know they want to get back at them as well. But see, that's going to be 7 p.m. start in Maryland on the Wednesday. That matchup is, and you can see it there as well. So big time Maryland, they got some big time matchups to the remaining of the season. We are winding down. If you look at this after today's game and the Wisconsin game coming up, so you have the Wisconsin game, Nebraska, Iowa, USC, Michigan State, and Penn State, and Michigan and Northwestern. So 10 games left. You get 5 of those 10. You got 21 wins. So now I'm thinking 23 to 25 wins for the regular season, because that would put you at 7? You win 7 out of those 10. You get to 23 wins. Let's do it. Let's go 7-3 in the last 10. Let's be one of the top 4 seeds in the Big Ten Conference in the tournament. Get that double bye, and let's continue to do what we do with the Maryland Terps basketball team, and that's win. That's win. Be effective. Be dominant, and really just show that they are capable to make a deep run. I think I said before the season they're at least the first 4 in, maybe the first 4, but they could win a game. Now I'm thinking this team could be a team you don't want to face come tournament time, especially if they're knocking down 3-pointers. Like I say, the 10 turnovers, I'm not mad at that. That's average. That's normal. They get steals. They bring pressure. The guards to do what they do defensively, bring the intensity and bring the emotion and power and bring the overall just ferocity defensively with Kevin Willard's defense, which I love. Create turnovers, play defense, and then create turnovers, get steals. And then on the other end, to give you 40-plus points combined, efficient, clutch, dagger 3. Man, it was great. Great to see. I'm so proud of this team. I love what they did. They didn't fold. They learned from their previous mistakes, which you want to see in a young team. They're very young for the most part. And the progression and growth, you see, like I said, they're responding to Kevin Willard's message. He's got this team's ear. They are playing for him, and they don't want to lose. They want to play hard. They want to win. They're emotionally invested, and they're playing for one another. One night it might be Julian Reece. One night it might be Derik Queen. We might have Gillespie. And like you saw today, Rodney Rice with the big-time clutch 3. I think Indiana tried to foul, like they said, on the last possession, but Kevin Willard, give him credit. He outcoached Mike Woodson. Mike Woodson's days in Indiana are numbered, but our days here in the flex zone are far from over. And it was great to see Rodney Rice be clutch like that. It was so wonderful. We got a live coming up in a few minutes, so join us. Come back. Flex Zone Podcast. Only place giving you sports how you want it when you need it. Hey, man, when I break out the shirt, it's a good day, okay? Like I said, last time I broke it out was on homecoming when they beat USC on the homecoming miracle. So go Terps. They'll be hosting Wisconsin. That's going to be a battle of ranked teams. I'm thinking Wisconsin, really good. We'll see how the Terps match up with them. God's favorite host. I'll play the highlights one more time for you on the way out. Let's look at them again. Have a good day, y'all. Peace.